Hello. Hi. Yeah, we're here we are. We're live. I think we're good on YouTube. I think the audio is okay. And hello, hey there, buddy. Hey, welcome, Citizen 333. You are tardy. Yeah, a little. Yeah, just by a little bit, a minute or two, but that's pretty good. Usually I'm later than that, but I was just actually putting up the advertisement on X on the Twitters, so that's why I was a little bit tardy. But I got her done, and we might even attract a couple of different people in here with the advertisement. So feel free, folks, if you want to advertise this stream and get some other cool people in here. That'd be cool. We would appreciate that. Hey, Citizen 333 says, "Don't worry, I'm here on time for you." Yeah, you must have just came on time because I checked a minute before the stream was supposed to start and there was no one in here. So, let's turn on the camera, shall we? I'm in my new place in Alberta, so this is a new studio. You may recognize some of the posters there, maybe. Now, I have starships to go on these empty shelves, but they are in my RV, which is still in British Columbia. It needs a transmission rebuild. But once the transmission gets rebuilt, I'll be driving it here, and then I will have these shelves filled with starships. Who else is here? Ooh, I see. Herc 130. Hey, CSM for the win. Hey, good to see you, buddy. Thanks for being there, Herc 130. Citizen 333 says, "You're live now." Beck, yeah. And Sashi is here. Sashi says, "Greetings." Greetings to you, Sashi. Thanks for being here, Sashi. You sound cool with the reverb, Spidey. Oh, is there reverb? Oh, I don't know how to. Oh, there's an echo button. Let's see, is that turned? Oh, yeah, no, it's pretty much did that. I did that video of the Columbia River, yes, and that was cold as hell. Fortunately, where I am now, High River has the Highwood River in it, and it is not glacier. It's warm-ish, but still refreshing. But like you can go swimming in it. The Columbia River in Revelstoke, you couldn't go swimming in there. It'd be a polar bear dip if anything, Sashi says, "By the way, CSM, the correct answer about popping in lenses is from the front, but with the screws not completely tightened." Bingo, that's what I did. That's exactly what I did with the screws not completely tightened. Unfortunately, with the screws that came with the glasses, I did get bigger screws, but the ones that came with the glasses, there was only like 2 threads that were grabbing anyway. So like, have I loosened it off one, if, like you say, not completely tightened. I know, but these screws were crappy. But anyway, I got new screws, so problem solved. But I thought it was from the front. Thanks there, Sashi. Appreciate that. Yeah, when the lenses pop out of your glasses, put them back in through the front. Yeah, people saying hello to each other. Thanks for being here, Sashi and Herc. Now, I did send out the invitation to Anti-Derivative Jill and Rodd Thunderheart as well. He said on the phone message that he was going to join. So new studio, but the same old posters, except the Star Trek Enterprise D poster is something that I've had for a while, but I didn't have it up in my old place. But this place, I have much more space. You want? I can even show you. Here's my new place, folks. There we go. Sorry, that was muted there for a second. But yeah, it's just a small 1-bedroom, but it's nice and I have a lot of wall space to hang up all kinds of cool stuff. So that's good. In fact, when I go to put the starships on in here, I'll probably do it on camera, and so you guys can tell me which ones should go in the top billing, because I've got, I think, 4 of the big Eagle Moss starships, or 5, including the Enterprise NX-01, but that's smaller than the others. But anyway, cheers, folks. This is a grape soda. It's hard grape soda, and actually, this comes from it's Boxer brand. Now they put the label on in Calgary, so it gets away with being Canadian. That's why I was able to get it. But it's made in the U.S. They do have a bottle depot in Calgary as well, the Boxer. But it's a Boxer's an American brand. I think they're from Wisconsin. If memories, I looked it up once, and I think it was Wisconsin, but I could be wrong. Something like that, anyway. Anyway, cheers, folks. Hard grape soda. It is sweet. You drink 6 of those, and I'll tell you what, your teeth go buzzing. Dude, you turned off the reverb, man. Reverb makes things sound. Citizen 333 says reverb makes things sound more epic overall. Know what I'm saying? I do indeed. Well, I mean, we might be able to adjust a little bit of that here. There is a button on this fancy microphone here. It's one of these buttons here. Let's see if I can. There, we've got a little. I turned it on. I think that's about where it was. So, anyway, cheers. Cardinals in, of course. Cheers, folks. That's water. I can't drink coffee this hour, otherwise I'll be up all night. But yeah, hopefully Rodd Thunderheart joins us shortly, and if Jill gets a chance, she can also join us. But Citizen 333 says, you know about the Columbia River Gorge, yeah? It's kind of like the Grand Canyon, but from a different state or whatever. Yeah, that is in Washington State, right? I believe. Yeah, the Columbia River Gorge is where I saw a Fish concert. It's called the Gorge, and it's an outdoor amphitheater, and it's southeast of Seattle. And yeah, the Gorge, and that's the Columbia River Gorge as well. And what a place to see a concert! And Fish was amazing. There was flying pita, soft taco shells flying everywhere as the sun was setting into the gorge. It was amazing. So yeah, I'm a little bit familiar with it. But yeah, the Canadian, the Columbia River here in Revelstoke was freezing. Is that Gary Ambrosia? Holy shit. Gary Ambrosia, hello, sir. In my new place in Alberta. I've just moved to Alberta, so I'm just sort of setting up. I haven't got everything set up yet. Lighting's still not quite right. The shelves are empty, but we're working on it. Good to see you, Gary Ambrosia. Thanks for being here. And Citizen 333 says reverb is cool. It certainly is cool. Indeed. I don't know if Gil heard us today, but yesterday, but Fet for Hire and I, Fet for Hire was mentioning Gil a few times, and I was in the chat and just talking because we got on the subject of, sort of the outer limits type things, the aliens and the extraterrestrials, and so I know, of course, Gil's name came up for that. That was his speciality. Sashi says, Jill was crashing out playing Star Trek 25th anniversary yesterday. Yeah, I saw. And I think she crashed the Enterprise. Scotty was keeping track, and I think it was more than 25. I'm pretty sure it was, but she persevered. I mean, she kept going. Well, I think she persevered. I tapped out before she ended, but she said she was going to finish, and she kept going. And every time I saw her, so good for Jill. Oh, that is some nice grape soda. The hard grape soda. That's some good stuff. Boxer, eh? America has some delicious stuff made with real cane sugar. See, that's what I was going for. The real cane sugar. Sashi saying hello. Oh, yeah, absolutely, Sashi. Gary Ambrosia is the one that made that ring right there. That is the Doomcock glow in the dark ring. And still wear it all the time, and it really glows like a motherfucker. Probably getting this finger will fall off eventually, probably from radiation, but it's worth it. Yeah, the Gorge, you know it, man. I sure do. Yeah, the Gorge was a fantastic place to see the Fish concert. It was a whole weekend long. Started on a Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday, and it was about this time of year, and it was hot. I mean, like hot. Like we're talking upper 30 degrees Celsius, like damn near 100 Fahrenheit. They had to set up s- like awnings for shade, and they put they jury rigged some hoses and some misting action underneath the tents, and that was cool. And they put some vending machines so we could go get some refreshments there. But yeah, it was brutally hot. We were all camping out in like farmers' fields, I think, and walking distance. There was a shuttle bus, but walking distance to the gorge. And of course, along the way, there was like hippies selling the magic mushroom chocolates and all kinds like stickers and all kinds of things. And I think they followed Fish around wherever they went. But yeah, what a hell of a weekend. Yeah, that was probably 2001, I think. Yeah, what a fantastic venue, the Gorge. The Gorge, like I said, southeast of Seattle, outdoor, natural outdoor amphitheater, um, and yeah, Fish was amazing to see there. Now, Fish is hard to listen to a lot of their CDs, over and over again, but seeing them live in concert is a different thing, and they were amazing. I saw so many bands there back in the day, says Citizen 333. Well, man, I am impressed and jealous. Yeah, good for you. I haven't really seen that many bands. I've seen Springsteen like 4 times, even though I don't agree with his politics. I've seen the Stones in Moncton, New Brunswick, at an outdoor venue. That was excellent. Um, yeah, saw Brian Adams. Shit, yeah, definitely saw him. And yeah, Fish, of course. Radiohead, said Citizen 33, was probably my favorite band there. They started just as the sun was setting. That's what Fish did as well. Started when the sun was going down, and man, and the sun sets behind the stage. As oh yeah, I think you wrote that here in your next. She got up to 40 plus. She's continuing later. Oh, Jill got up to 40 times crashing the Enterprise, eh? Holy shit. I don't mean Enterprise A. I mean Enterprise. No fucking A, B, C, or D. Scotty didn't say fucking. I did. Yeah, man. You know about the sunset behind the gorge stage. That's awesome. You're darn right I do. Absolutely. Hey, Don McDouglas. Hello and welcome to Sunday Night Chat in my new home in Alberta. I'm about a half an hour south of Calgary. There's a rodeo grounds bicycle distance from here, and I say bicycle because they sell adult beverages, so you don't want to drive. But wow, lots of rodeo activities here. Next weekend is the chuck wagon races, and including the mini chuck wagon races where they use children and miniature ponies. That Doomcock ring is cool. I love it, Citizen 333. That is Gary Ambrosia, who was in the chat earlier. That's his doing. Love it. He made a couple of other colors, red, and I have a Harvey Cthulhu one in red as well that he was kind enough to make, and I will treasure them forever. I've worn this all over the planet, literally traveled all over the planet with it ever since I've gotten it. I guess it's not all over the planet, but I've worn it, well, many places. And yeah, people are always commenting on it. So I love it. Doomcock ring is cool. I will treasure it forever, Citizen 333. And I've lost the plot of what I was saying. Doesn't matter. I told Jill not to be worried about it. You guys are used to crashing and burning. Us guys are used to crashing and burning. Exactly, Sashi. Was that an Asian joke? No, I don't think so. That was a dude joke. Yeah, okay. Tommy the Guinea Pig Collective. Hello, sir. Welcome to you. Absolutely welcome to. Good to have you here. My 500th subscriber, Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective, actually. So cheers to you, gentlemen. Greetings, he says. Hi, Tommy and the Borg guinea pigs. That is hilarious. I do love that. At the gorge, they used to have on-site camping. Yeah, just up the road. Yeah, we camped all weekend. It was great. It was walking distance, like I said, from the gorge in Washington. I don't. It's more central Washington. I don't. I mean, it's not eastern Washington. I don't think it's a couple hours east of Seattle. But I'm not. I haven't. My geography around Washington State isn't all that awesome. Sashi, hello there, says Tommy. And see, I made you big so people could see your awesome avatar with the Borg guinea pig. That is wicked and one of a kind, Tommy. It is the same Columbia River. I know it is, Citizen 333. Yep. I'm just gonna call you a citizen from now on, if you don't mind. Yeah, the Columbia River starts up way above Revelstoke, and then I followed it on the drive to my home right now. It comes quite a ways down, and yeah, it goes down right through to where it comes out in the gorge by Seattle. So, I mean, it's not east. I guess it's south. It would have to be south. But does it? Does where it come out? Is that a little bit east? Is it southeast of Seattle? I thought it was, but anyway, it's definitely south and a little east. But if it comes out, it's beautiful there. Hey, Tommy, always great to see you, man. It is always great to see Tommy and the Borg Guinea Pig Collective. Old Man Bird says, look at the new studio. People talk about their convictions. Steve has done it. Yeah, some people do talk about their convictions. Well, I haven't quite. I mean, I do have a place. So, we have the structural integrity, of the hull is good, but I need a job. So I need some engines. This ship needs some engines, but we do have the hull plating is good and the shields are up, but we need some financial engines, and then we will be on a journey. So once I start I'm going to pound the pavement tomorrow, get a new haircut, so I'm going to pound the pavement tomorrow, updated my resume. And there are, Old Man Bird, there are 6 accounting firms in town, and one of them is hiring an entry-level bookkeeper. So I'm going to go and harass them until they hire me. And they only work 4 days a week, so that leaves me lots of time to get another job and do something else, something where I can earn some real money. Everyone's saying hello to Old Man Bird. And DVB333 says, Old Man Bird, yes. Thanks for being here, Gene. I appreciate it. Anti-derivative Jill may or may not pop in. She has the keys if she wishes to. Same with Rodd Thunderheart. I was messaging him earlier, and he was going to join. It is 10 o'clock, though, and I know he gets up early to do stuff. I do not, but I'm a night owl, and so he might be in bed already. I don't know. This is pretty early. Usually it's earlier than I sometimes stream or normally stream. Grape soda. Old Man Bird, I don't know if you like the grape soda, but this hard stuff is fantastic. And Boxer is an American company. Ooh, 5.5% alcohol. Okay. It's got a little bit of an extra kick there. Old Man Bird, well, says Citizen 333. Good to see you, man, he says. I am closing in on a new diorama piece for more reviews, says Tommy the Guinea Pig Collectible. Fantastic. If you do a video for that, I am definitely interested in seeing that. I love dioramas. You know who does dioramas too? Sean friggin' Carter. Sean Carter, that sci-fi model guy. He's on Doomcock's Pop Culture Breakdown pretty much every Wednesday. Yeah, Sean Carter does excellent dioramas. I think he's only done 1 or 2, but I've seen them in person, and they're awesome in his shop. So yeah, good for you. Love dioramas. Fantastic. Oh, hello. I clicked off that way too early. Hello, Sylvia. Hello and welcome. Good to see you. Yeah, hopefully Anti-Derivative Jill is going to be joining, and Rodd Thunderheart. But I heard you, Sylvia. You were on FET for Hire's panel yesterday. I was talking about that when I mentioned Cardinal Sin, because I know FET for Hire was starting to talk a little bit about the paranormal. And whenever I hear about the paranormal, of course, we all think about Cardinal Sin. And Doomcock as well. Doomcock is into the paranormal. Pretty. I mean, I love the show that they used to do together. I wish it was still going on. Actually, yeah, that was what was it called? Into the Veil, lifting the veil. Huh? I think it was something like that. Yeah, Doomcock's show. Yeah. Into the Fringe was Cardinal Sins, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it was lifting the veil or something like that. Gary Ambrosia would know if he's still in the chat. Sylvia, your lovely artist. Hello, everyone's saying hello there. Hey, Tommy. Do the torpedoes come in on Tuesday? Yes, I get it, Sashi. That's yeah, that's the shit. Which Star Trek movie was that from? And everything arrives on Tuesday. Shit, yeah. With the new, which ship was that? Was that the Excelsior? Was that the Excelsior? What ship were they talking? I thought that might have been the Excelsior. I don't know. Is that an RV truck? An RC truck. Yes, it is an RC truck, old man bird. It is indeed, Gene. Allow me to, since Rod and Jill aren't here yet. Oh, yeah. Yes. Yes, this is an RC 6-wheel drive truck. Yeah. I love this thing. This will climb up just about anything. Now, my friend drove over it. She got excited, and I left it on the ground, and it was dark. So it's I've had to repair it. There's a few parts are a little more loose, and I've had to put some patches with some screws in the box. And this is a tow chain. See that with the clevises there? Yeah, I've got. But yeah, it's 6-wheel drive military vehicle. Let's turn it on. Oh, and I upgraded the axles, so they're all stainless steel axles. 6-wheel drive. Everything functions. And it's got lights. Super cool. Yeah, I love this thing. And you may recognize it from some of the videos that I've done with it. And I put them on my channel because this thing will crawl up almost anything. But it got run over, so I didn't get to do as many videos as I wanted to. But the only thing that broke on it was, this is called a bridging axle, because all the torque for this wheel and this wheel comes through this axle and that differential. So I upgraded. This differential is metal inside, metal gears, as opposed to like actual stainless steel, as opposed to the pot metal gears. But the front one is okay. It doesn't need to be super strong because it's not bridging 2 axles. But anyway, love this thing, and I will do more videos with it now that it is functional. But yeah, it took a beating. You can see there's scratches. And yeah, one of the stacks I had to reconnect, and I melted a nail and put it together as a sort of a dowel between the 2 parts of the stack, but it got a little too hot, so it melted. So that stack is a little bit shorter than the other one, but that's okay. Anyway, I love this thing. It's a great toy, and I think all up, I think the whole thing was less than 100 Canadian dollars. So that's like 60 American dollars, and a lot of fun. I will do more videos with that. Maybe you could be a lawyer, Spidey. Well, I could be. It runs in my family. That's the thing. My dad was an extremely successful lawyer, and that's why I don't want to be a lawyer. He set a very high bar, and like Dad literally has awards named after him in the legal field. He's part of the King's Council. That's a very high order of lawyer in Canada. It used to be Queen's Council, but now that the Queen is dead, it's the King's Council. So after your name, you have used to be a QC. Now, you can put a KC, King's Council. It's a very big deal. Anyway, so that's like Wayne Gretzky's kid probably didn't want to be a hockey player. or Michael Jordan's kid probably didn't want to play basketball because how are you going to follow that, right? So it's the same. Dad was quite successful. So no, I don't want to follow in those footsteps. Yeah, RC, it was absolutely Gene. I knew what you meant, like a public defender or something. Oh, that. Yeah, they don't make a lot of money though, buddy. Public defense. No, I've done the accounting, the bookkeeping certification. It was a 2-year program. I just finished last month, so I'm gonna go be a bookkeeper and get another job doing something. I don't know. I could be a sandwich artist. No stress. Work for Subway. Be a sandwich artist. I'm artistic anyway. I think that's the RC trucks he was controlling in his videos, Old Man Bird. Yes, Sashi. Yes. Oh, geez, I'm a little bit behind. All right, let's catch up there. Where are we? 52. Oh shit, I'm 5 minutes behind. Sorry, folks. Sean Carter of Mars. That's exactly. Yeah, the Sean Carter of Mars indeed. Go follow him. If Lemon Pie was here, he'd drop in his link. Sean Carter is in Texas. He's a wonderful gentleman. He is the sci-fi model guy. He has a gaming channel as well. Piercing the Veil. Yes, thank you, Old Man Bird. It wasn't did I say Piercing the Veil? I said lifting the veil. I know I definitely said lifting the veil. I might have at first said piercing the veil. But yes, that's the one. Yeah, sounds like a deflowering reference. What? Oh, it does. Well, of course, because it's Doomcock and Cardinal Sin. Of course it would. Sashi says, I used to make lots of dioramas when I was making 1/35th scale troop models. Oh, see? That is excellent. We have we all, Cardinal Sin and I had a mutual acquaintance. And Captain Cockney Spock, and he did dioramas, incredible dioramas. And I've seen his videos, didn't see them in person because he's in New Zealand, but the videos he did were impressive. So yeah, I love dioramas, especially with the troops. Not that I love war. I would never fight in one unless I was forced to. But I do love the mechanization and the military vehicles, obviously, and the troop, the guys with bazookas. When I had military men and I played with them for hours in my room in the cold winters in New Brunswick and the long, dark hours. And it was cheaper than dating girls. But I would get some army men and play with them. And the bazooka guys were always the coolest. They were down in the kneeling position with the big rocket launcher. Anyway. Sashi, awesome. Fun stuff working on them. Absolutely, Tommy. Yep. I love dioramas. Generations, Enterprise B. It was, Sashi. It was Generations, Enterprise B. Okay. Yeah. Everything arrives on Tuesday. Looks like an M35 U.S. military 2.5-ton truck, says Old Man Bird. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. This brand is made in China, I think, but it's WPL, and I'm not sponsored by them. But this is what is it? They're C16, I think it is. They're D16s. Yeah, it's an excellent vehicle. Love it. But do the metal upgrades. Get the stainless steel drive shafts and get the stainless steel internal gears for the differentials. It's not hard to work on. It's not like working on a real truck. It's a piece of cake. There's little set screws. You don't have to be mechanically minded to do it. But swap out those axles, upgrade the axles. I think they were like $16 on Amazon. And you get the metal axles, and then you upgrade the bridging axle. You want a metal bridging axle, and then you're good to go. Piercing the Veil, where it was more philosophical. It was indeed Citizen 333. I really enjoyed Piercing the Veil with Doomcock. And you know what? If you like that sort of thing, go check out Doomcock's channel, because he would definitely have those old shows on his channel. And I enjoyed those shows as well, Citizen 333. That truck looks to be around 124th or 118th. I think it is 124th. Yeah, I think it is 124th, Sashi. Yeah, I believe so. 69 American, I think. Haha, FKHC, you just wanted to say 69. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for being here. Tommy says, if you ever have stress marks you need to take out of plastic, there's a simple method. Use a heat gun at a low setting, takes all the stress marks right out. No kidding. It also works for coffee, the white rings on furniture. On wooden, on wooden furniture, where if you set a glass and it's wet and it leaves a white ring on a low setting, low, and I emphasize low, and start at a distance, but you can use a hair dryer or a heat gun if you're careful, and it'll take out the white rings on a coffee table. We used to do that at the hotel all the time in Whistler. But yeah, okay, stress. So taking the stress marks out of the plastic, you use, the low setting of a heat gun, and the same idea. From a distance, you start at a distance. Yep. Old Man Bird says, I learned how to drive in one of those. Never wanted to go into second gear. It never wanted to go into second gear. Yeah, no kidding. So you just had to go right to third, eh? It probably had enough torque it could go to third, skip a gear. That's excellent, though, Old Man Bird. That's fantastic. FKHC says, hey, FKHC, hey, Tim, says Tommy. You played with yourself then, CSM. FKHC says, well, I know, perhaps. Is it on video? Didn't happen if there's no pictures. I have a 1/72nd scale model of that truck. I also got a Soviet BTR at the same scale, says Sashi. Well, fantastic. Are they motorized, I wonder? 1/6 scale or bust, says Andy Masterson. Hello, Andy Masterson. Welcome, and good to see you. I'm expecting Jill or Rodd Thunderheart. Hopefully, they may or may not join us. But this is my new place in Alberta. I have made the move, Andy. I am in the free land of Alberta, somewhat free. But some of my belongings are still in my RV. All the things that are going to go on those shelves are still in my RV in British Columbia. Well, waiting some transmission work. Should be done in a month at the rate things were going. But yeah, welcome, Andy. Good to see you. And hey, Andy, you I saw you on with WD Pro with Superman, Dean Cain. That was awesome. And he called you Andy, I noticed. So first name basis with Dean Cain. That's pretty awesome, Andy. It was good. Although he did a lot of talking. You guys didn't get a chance to get a word in edgewise. But it's awesome. That's what you want. You want Dean to just keep talking, right? That's why he's there. FKHC says, I'm going to, once I get everything sorted out, get a Lego diorama. I love Legos. Yeah, and to do a diorama with it, absolutely. Sounds awesome. I only have great. I only have one of the 1/6 figures, but a lot of the 1/6 weapons, Andy Masterson. Ooh, cool. Not that I like violence, but I do like weapons. I like the machinery of them. And I do like shooting guns. I love shooting guns. So hopefully Alberta makes some new laws. Nice, says Tommy. Saying hello, everyone. Sweet. Yeah, Andy, I'm pretty happy to be here. I'm not far from Mike, that comic relief crusader. He's like, maybe an hour and a bit from me. Brian, that 70s rock fan. This guy right here. Brian is only less than an hour away from me as well. Right, this guy. If you don't know that 70s rock fan, and you like 70s, if you like rock music at all, and pop culture, go check out that 70s rock fan. Brian is a nice guy. I've met him personally. I've stayed in his house. I've stayed overnight in his house. Met his lovely wife and his pooch. And what a nice guy. I can't say enough of nice things about Brian. So he's only an hour away. Rodd Thunderheart, the man, the legend, is only he's about 2.5, less than 3 hours away. So definitely it'd be easy to go up and see him on the weekend. And Masson laugh my ass off. Sashi says 1/72nd scale usually isn't motorized. You can motorize it if you get the correct size motor. Yeah, that would be a pain in the ass to do. But yeah, he was on WD Pro. Wow. Yeah, he was, Old Man Bird. He was indeed. And I could have swore I saw him on Midnight's Edge. I did see Dean Cain on Midnight's Edge. I know I did. A year ago, maybe? Pretty sure. Dean Cain looks like he's dodged the Superman curse. Yep. Yeah, I think so. FKC, he's still healthy and doing well, and he's dropped some weight, he said, so he's doing good. Knock on wood, exactly. Yeah, we don't want anything to happen to Dean Cain. He seemed to be quite a down-to-earth guy and like a conservative in Hollywood too, which is rare. Andy Masters is saying hello to everybody. Yeah, thanks for being here, everyone. I was hoping to have a couple of people on the panel, but I don't know. Rodd might be asleep at this hour. Sashi, I didn't know you collected toys. I don't think you had mentioned. Yeah, no, that's a pretty excellent hobby, Sashi. I've sculpted Brian, says Andy Masterson. Oh, right. Yeah, okay, yes. Yeah, that's amazing. He'd be a good figure to do because Andy, as we all know, is very talented in making scale models of actual people we know. The Rancor Steve is my favorite, and of course, next to the original Doomcock that you made for all of Doomcock's wrenches. That had to be 5 years ago now, Andy. But mine is in my RV. Otherwise, it would be here in the new apartment. But transmissions take time to rebuild, apparently, especially when you're in the middle of the mountains, and it takes days for anything to happen. Sashi says, "Old Man Bird, yep, I collect some toys, mostly Hot Wheels and action figures, but I mostly make models. I introduced Jill to Bandai Pokemon kits for her kids. Yeah, that's fun. That's awesome." FKHC says, "Yeah, he was on Midnight's Edge." Okay, Dean Cain, yeah, I thought he was on. I remember him being on Midnight's Edge. I try to catch those guys when I can. It's not often, but I do enjoy all the guys on Midnight's Edge. Old Man Bird says, "Terry Hatcher, cutest Lois for me. What about you guys?" Yep, hands down. And actually, Dean Cain said, like he said that he liked Christopher Reeve's Superman, and he liked Christopher Reeve. When he did Superman, he liked it the best, but he liked George Reeves' Clark Kent portrayal the best. So he tried to emulate that, he said, a little bit. But he said he did mention that his favorite Lois Lane out of all of the Superman Lois Lanes was Terry Hatcher. And I concur. She was very cute. More than cute, Old Man Bird. More than cute. She sure was. Sashi says, "I also have some Mask." Oh, I remember Mask, Mask, and Starcom toys that I bought when I was a kid. I even have those boxes. Have the boxes for those? You do? The Mask is very impressive, Sashi. I do know that. I'm very familiar with the Mask. "The fabric on Spider-Man suits is problematic to replicate," says Andy Masterson. I know. Tell me about it. I have 2 suits, and I'm still looking for that perfect suit. Once I get employed, then I'll have some extra money to get a higher end suit. I think the most I've spent on my suit was $60. So I can go a little higher end and get a really decent suit. But after I drop a few pounds. But yeah, fabric on Spider-Man suit is problematic to replicate. Oh yeah? That hints that you might be making a Spider-Man suit, Andy. That is, let me know about that. I especially once I get employed, I'm interested. Hey, Lemon Pie Citrus, we were mentioning you earlier. It was all good. Good to see you, my friend. Hello and welcome. Hi, Lemon Pie, says Sashi. Yeah, this is my new apartment, Lemon Pie. So you might recognize some of the posters there. But yeah, we'll get some starships in these empty boxes as soon as I get my RV up and running. It just needs a transmission. Apparently, it's a Torque Flight 727 Chrysler transmission. Very popular transmission. There's all kinds of them. There were all kinds of them, but this is out of a '79 Dodge. So, yeah. we'll see. We'll see what they can do. Lemon Pie Citrus says, yeah, Terry Hatcher ain't too shabby. She was not. Sashi. Daniel's Hot Topics. Welcome. Hello to you. Daniel's Hot Topics says, Terry Hatcher is an awesome Lois Lane. I believe. I believe she was my favorite. Yeah. Yeah, it's a gorilla raid. Yeah, I love Gorilla's Random Thoughts. Good for him. Love that guy. Sashi, Tommy, the Guinea Pig Collective says, Sashi and Old Man Bird, it would be easier to name the toy franchises I don't have instead of what I do have. Oh, really? Jeez, Tommy. That's awesome. That is awesome. That is fantastic, my friend. Daniel's Hot Topic says, hi, Canadian Spider-Man. How are you tonight? Or should I say this morning? Because it's 12:10 a.m. there. Well, in Alberta right now, just south of Calgary, about a half an hour. It is 10:13 a.m. or p.m. Sorry, 10:13 p.m. here. So good morning to you, but it is still good evening here. Saying hello. Yeah, I bet 10 p.m. Rodd Thunderheart is probably in bed by now. But you never know with Jill. She might pop in. You never know. But now, if Andy Masterson, you just missed Gary Ambrosia was here. About 20 minutes ago. It's good to see him. He, of course, Andy made my very treasured Doomcock doll, and Gary Ambrosia made the Doomcock ring. And yes, it glows in the dark. But I treasure those both very much. Lemon Pie saying hello to Tommy. Sashi says, my action figures are mostly Star Wars and Marvel, but I have a few Captain Power figures. Okay. Yeah, I'm aware of Captain Power, but not super familiar. Nice, you are in your new place. I am indeed, Lemon Pie. I am indeed. Yeah. I was just mentioning Sean Carter did dioramas, and that met him in person, and that he was a fellow Texan. And then I was wondering where you were, Lemon Pie. So there you are. And saying hello. And Jason Love. Hey, Jason Love, Doctor Who. Hello, welcome to you. He says, okay, let's try this again. TARDIS materialization. Hail and hello, everyone. Oh, did it not go through the first time? Well, I see you now, my friend. Thank you for being here. Yeah, I'm in my new place, just south of Calgary. And there's a rodeo grounds about 2 miles from here. And we have chuck wagon races on next weekend. So I will be doing live streams from the chuck wagon races. They start Thursday at 7 p.m. So I normally do a Thursday travel stream anyway, 7 p.m. Alberta time, right? So that would be 6 p.m. Pacific is when it starts. So I will be at the grounds and hopefully seeing some exciting chuck wagon races. And they do it Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. And during the daytime, I think they have children racing miniature ponies and tiny chuck wagons. And apparently it's a lot of fun and a little bit of danger and, and anything that puts kids in danger, I'm a big fan of. So it's exciting and fun to watch. It is funny to see, to watch kids cry a little bit, as long as they're not seriously hurt. Saying hello to Tommy, says Jason Love. Jason Love is getting some hellos in the chat. Saying hello to Sashi. Your ring is filthy. I think you need another one. Well, Gary, I know. Oh, there's Gary. It is filthy. I agree. And I have tried Q-tips with alcohol, and there's some shadowing in there too that makes it worse. But the shadowing makes it way worse than it is. But I have been trying to clean it with Q-tips and alcohol. But I know that you can get this sonic bath for jewelry cleaning, and I think there's one in town here, and I'm pretty sure I can get that cleaned pretty cheaply. And the sonic bath, I used to work in a machine shop where we had it, and it works, and it gets in all the nooks and crannies. Because even with a Q-tip, I can't get all of it out of there. But hey, if you want, if you're offering to make a new one, I'm gonna be employed, and I will have some. I will have some American dollarinos for you. I think you need another one. Oh man, I love this ring. I wear it I've worn this and advertised Doomcock all over the planet wearing this. Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective says, Sashi, Captain Power was an interesting line, as were Starcom and Power Lords. I'm familiar with those names. Old Man Bird says, Jason Love, you took a short vacation from chatting on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken. Indeed. Wow, such a grand chat tonight. I know, Jason Love. No kidding. Andy Masterson and Gary Ambrosia in the chat. Andy Masterson giving me shit, says Gary Ambrosia. I know, filthy. Yeah, and it is, but I'm not going to take it off. At least the Cardinal Sin mug is clean. It's just water anyway. But yeah, no, it's hard to clean. There's nooks and crannies. But it also does look like it adds definition. It adds what's that word? Contrast with the dark and the light, you know. Old Man Bird. Yes and no, says Jason Love. You didn't take a break. Okay. But you did. I could never get Dino Rider stuff, Tommy. Those were large. Dino Riders. I have heard of those too, Sashi. I think I was a little old for them at the time. Jason Love, Doctor Who, says, I've been working at Crazy Horse 85 and Alice Fadahol's live stream for the last couple of weekends. Okay. Not heard of those. Well, Crazy Horse I've heard of. Alice of the Hole. Alice of the Hole. Not heard of her. Sounds interesting. Yeah, I know. Dirt. Yeah. Thank you, Gary. I know. I mean, I'll try. I've got more Q-tips and more alcohol, other than the grape soda, which I do recommend. Hard grape soda. I will give it another cleaning. But again, there's a jewelry store in town. I think I can do the sonic bath. I go in and pretend I'm going to buy an engagement ring or something, and they'll clean it for free. Of course, I'm never going to buy an engagement ring. Not going to do that again. Not going to make that mistake again, eh, boys? Oh, dear. Daniel's Hot Topic says, 2 more days till X-Men 97 Season 2, Episode 6. So excited. Oh, yeah. Excellent. Well, I hope it's good. I've been watching Spider Noir, the first season, and with Nicolas Cage. That's pretty darn good. Not exactly action-packed, if you're used to the Marvel level of action, but the story is well written. The characters are well developed. And yeah, I liked Spider-Man Noir. I've seen all 8 episodes now. It was excellent. And I liked how they dropped all episodes at once. So I just binge watched quite a few of them. Hello, Canadian Spider-Man, says Jason Love. Well, hello to you again. You could clean it with an ultrasonic cleaner. See, that's what I was saying, Sashi. The ultrasonic. I said sonic, but yeah. Either way, ultrasonic, sonic. Sashi, so were some of the stuff from Inhumanoids and Sectars. Hard to get, eh? Andy Masson, hail and hello, says Jason Love. Or you could just send me your address, says Gary Ambrosia. Oh, well, I certainly could. Absolutely, Gary. I definitely could. I think I should probably send it. Oh, yeah, I should probably send it to Doomcock, too. He doesn't have my new address. Yeah, it's put it Canadian Spider-Man, High River, Alberta, and it will get to me. But Jason Love says, he emphasizes the legendary Gary Ambrosia. Indeed, I would concur. Old Man Bird says, yep, what Jason Love says. And Gary Ambrosia confirms that, saying, Jason Love, Doctor Who, yeah, I'm a legend in my own mind. Well, I think we all have to be. That's a good way to go, you know, as long as you don't take yourself too seriously. You know, absolutely be a legend in your own mind, have the self-confidence. But I also know, Gary, you don't take yourself too seriously, which is fantastic because I have a hard time being around people that take themselves a little too seriously. So it was excellent hanging out with all the people I met the last time I was down in Texas. Fantastic people, every one of them. So I didn't get a chance to meet Andy and Gary at any of the any of the times I've been down in the States. But if there's some sort of a Comic-Con or something going on this next year, yeah, I'll be very keen to go. But yes, I will absolutely send you my address. I'm in High River, right in pretty much the middle of High River. There's a river called the Highwood River that flows right through it. And where you get out for tubing is a 5-minute walk from my house, from where I'm sitting right now. So the tubing ends within a 5-minute stagger of my house, which is fantastic. Jason Love, Doctor Who, says, so I've been on a panel at Crazy Horses and Alice's channel. Ah, yeah. Alice of the Hole. That is funny to say. Gary Ambrosia. And Gary is saying hello and hail to Tommy, the Guinea Pig Collective. Hello and hail. And Jason Love, Doctor Who, says, thanks to Gary, Andy Masterson for following me on X. Oh, excellent. Hey, good. I think I do also follow you on X, Jason Love, but I will check next time I'm there. Sashi says, in the model building community, it's known as panel lining. Panel lining. What's known as panel lining? What is known is in the model building community is known as panel lining. I don't know what panel lining you might be talking about. Address your mail to Canadian Spider-Man somewhere up north. I don't think that would actually work, Lemon Pie. There's only one Canadian Spider-Man. Well, no, there's one in there's one somewhere outside of Toronto too, and he's got a cool suit. It's all like white and maple. Yeah, that's pretty. He looks pretty cool. He's got a Facebook page and everything. I think he does kids parties. I went to a kids party once, but I showed up with a 60-pounder and smelled like weed. But it was okay. I was amongst friends, so they weren't surprised. Yeah. Well, he was turning 6. It was, that's old enough, I think. I still love those guys. They're still good friends, practically family. Oh, Big Isaac. You guys know Big Isaac. He's been on the live streams a few times around the bonfire. Jason Love says, thank you, Canadian Spider-Man, and everyone who has thus far. Yeah, subscribe to you on X. Yeah, you're welcome. Oh, okay. Panel lining is when you fill grooves with darker colors to highlight textures. Oh, panel lining is when you fill grooves with the darker colors to highlight texture, or when you fill grooves with dirt to highlight the texture. Yeah. Okay. Got it. Yeah, you can see Doomcock's cheekbones there because of the dirt. See, Gary? See, Gary and Andy? My ring it's not dirty. It's panel lining. Okay, that's panel lining. That's a thing, according to Sashi. And he's Malaysian, so he knows what he's talking about. I don't know why that would be relevant. Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective says, I haven't been able to meet many I've streamed with. However, I did get to meet with JJ and Slasher before they died. I've got a JJ picture somewhere here saved. It meant a lot that it happened, considering. Yeah, I wish I had met Gil before he would have passed away. But next best thing is hopefully I'll get to meet his brother, Ari, someday, because I would love to do that. I'd love to go see Lawrence, Kansas, that whole area. Kansas City's not in Kansas. Did you know that? Don't ask why. Well, Vancouver is not on Vancouver Island, so I guess that, fair enough. And hopefully someday, Lemon Pie, meet you in person. That'll be fun, and not through a sniper lens on a hill. Lemon Pie Citrus says, I thought panel lining was when you have people up on a YouTube panel that don't say anything. Oh, yeah, sometimes there's a little bit of that, isn't there? Yeah. Hey, Morgan Luck. Hello. Welcome to you. Thank you for being here. Gary Ambrosius says all of the detail is worn away from the DC ring. LOL. No, it is not. Well, I've worn it. I've worn it all over the planet, Gary. Like I said, it's got some miles on it. I wear it all the now. Not when I'm working. If I'm doing like work, chopping wood or anything, I take it off because I don't want to damage it. But yeah, no, I've taken it. I think this has been in the Mexican cenotes. I think this went scuba diving on my finger in the Mexican cenotes, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure. Morgan Lock, hey, yeah, says Tommy. Max Redstone, hey, buddy, good to see you. Max Redstone. And you know, I wonder if, I guess Rodd Thunderheart is in bed. And maybe Jill is looking after kiddos. So I'm going to put the panel link in the chat, which I know people say not to do, but whatever. If anyone does want to come up and come on up and join the panel, no pressure though, absolutely no pressure. I just thought if you want to chat on a Sunday night, Gary, Andy, I know you're probably busy, but if you guys wanted to talk, or Tommy as well, if anyone wants to come on up that has a mic, yeah, you're welcome to. Max Redstone in the chat says, Lemon Pie Citrus, to be a bit more specific, please address mail to Steve. No, not that Steve or the other Steve. Yes, the Steve, the one with the camper. Exactly. Alberta, Canada. I am that Steve. Howdy. Well, howdy to you too. Hey. And look at this. I know exactly who that is. I have someone behind stage that I'm gonna let on right now because I know this gentleman. AJ, how are you, my friend?
What's going on, Mr. Spider-Man? How's everything?
Doing just fine. I'm just setting up in my new place in Alberta. Yeah, I've moved from British Columbia to Alberta, and it's a Sunday night. Man. Yeah, thank you. And
yeah,
you just wrapped up your stream, and you had an excellent topic of conversation. You had me rolling a few times, man.
Yeah, I figured I'd give you a call, and I usually don't see the StreamYard link. Do you when you have yours? Do you usually drop it early? Because you could pin it to the top of the comments, right?
I do. I can. No, sometimes I usually just drop it if I see people in the chat that may want to come up and chat like this.
You have that Star Wars. I'm sorry, that Star Trek poster behind you.
I sure do.
I just man, Star Trek is so cooked now. It's just bad.
I haven't watched any of the new stuff, my friend.
It's terrible. All of it. Discovery trash, Picard trash. All of it's just garbage. And then so I grew up with Next Generation because when we watched all the original series and then the movies, but the Next Generation was when in the 80s my dad was in medical school and he worked 2 jobs, but he made sure to have every Tuesday night because it was on Tuesday nights. So that was our thing, was they would show Next Generation and then show the original series right afterwards. So that was our 2-hour block of my brother, my dad, and I would watch it every single week.
I never missed an episode of Next Generation. You're right.
Yeah, and then in the DS9 was when I was in middle school and high school, Mm-hmm. So, but to go from even Voyager, like I didn't really appreciate Voyager when it was on, but now after the fact, they had some pretty good episodes, right?
Yeah.
You know what? They did have some pretty good episodes.
It was hit or miss.
Well, what I'm saying is compared to like new Trek or even Enterprise, I could never really get into Enterprise. But now going back after the fact, I can appreciate Voyager now. The new Trek is absolute trash, and that look at Max, did you ever try and watch Discovery?
Yes, so I did, and I gave out between episodes 3 and 4 on season
I couldn't even
2
make it that far
because they had 2 episodes where they simultaneously started with some song track and narration. I'm like, okay, fuck that, I'm out.
No, but here's the thing, though.
That was my exit point.
They're in Starfleet. they're cussing and swearing and like talking back to their superior officers. You're in Starfleet.
Yeah, I know. And Tig Notaro is it? Yeah. Look, I gave it a fair chance, but
talking about. So right now, 40K is my as far as lore and everything else. That's what I've been into the last like 3 or 4 years. But I really think that Star Trek and Star Wars just need to just stop for a good 3 to 5 years.
And Doctor
Who. I mean? Yeah. Oh, Doctor Who is cooked more than anything else.
Yeah.
I would say Star Wars lost 85% of its audience is cooked because of its universal appeal, but Doctor Who was so niche and so it was probably cooked more than anything else in that it was never. Well,
Doctor Who got carved up deeper and harder.
Cooked, yeah.
So Shooty got what? It's like what? It's like I see a BBC executive saying, "Why have the numbers fallen off even lower?" It's like, well, Shooty got what? The star.
I don't quite understand why. What's wrong? And if you don't like it, you must be anti-LGBTQ and racist.
Shooty got what told most of the fans that were still there to fuck right off, and you know what? They fucked right off, sir. Yeah. And now our numbers are right at 2 million overnight.
But it is the thing that, like, I was on another panel yesterday on my friend's stream. So he was doing this debate with these guys, and one of the guys was English, and like somehow they were talking past each other because my friend was saying, "Look, like you British, Scots, and Welsh, you indigenous peoples to the British Isles, you guys are basically giving your country away, right? Like what's going on?" And it's the guy thought that my friend was calling him one of the guys that was pro-migration, so they were yelling at each other. And I was saying, look.
Good night, Andy.
I said, look, Andy. As an Englishman or a Scotsman or a Welshman, you should not use the term white. They're not white people. They're English, Germans, Scots, just like the Japanese are Japanese. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're an ethnic group, not a race. We use white in Canada and in the UK, but because like I'm a Black American, you know what I'm saying? We go by national identity first, and then race, and then ethnicity doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? But there's no reason why. And this guy had not considered this, right? I said, if the Japanese have the right to their ethno destiny, why don't the French and the Norwegians and the Germans and the Scots and the Irish? It makes no sense.
And hell, demographically, the Japanese need more immigrants, and they're saying no, we're gonna live our way.
Yeah, yep, that's true. Yeah, the Koreans too, and the Chinese.
Yeah.
What I still don't get to this day is why there's this double standard where the English cannot stand up and say, look, we would prefer that the majority of England be English, people speak English, and our culture be English, but the Japanese and the Chinese, the Tongans, they can't. It's ridiculous.
Because I can only imagine because of Hitler. And
okay. Max. Yeah. Okay.
Now, I know it's the low hanging fruit in the room, but
no. Okay. What? The suicide word, the H man's name. Okay, you don't want to get Spider-Man's channel taken, like his stream taken. So F bombs.
I
try not to do F bombs. Say mustache man.
Okay. Let me rephrase then.
Yeah, please.
Because of what happened. I appreciate the cautionary words. Because of what happened in World War II and the somewhat seemingly well-intentioned meaning to not be a certain way. They want to be accepting. They want to be accepting of as much as they can be. And the thing is, the more you the more you try to be accepting of everything, you will eventually try. If you try to to be accepting of everything, if you try to be accepting of everyone, if you try to piss off no one, you will eventually be nothing to no one, and you will piss off everybody. You know, there is a deep-seated fear of being identified with those dark forces from the last Great War. And it's like, oh no, that's not me, no, oh yes, absolutely, sure, I agree with you. So you go, so it's that empathy thing is a go along to get along.
But here's the thing that people don't understand. If you actually look into World War II, bro, the Japanese were 10 times worse than anything the Germans ever did. To a lot more people.
They're insubstantial arguments for an age that has a very, very decreased sense of for very decreased attention span. And so, sorry.
Yeah. Hey, Greek letters. Welcome to Greek letters. Thank you. Just woke up. And what the heck are you arguing about? We're just discussing.
Yeah, discussing topics. There's a reason why, even to this day, all of Asia hates Japan. You know what I'm saying? They just do. You know what I mean? They went rampaging and pillaging. Let's just say that the evil Germans of that particular time at least did the courtesy of using chambers that they pumped the poison into. The Japanese used bullets and swords and shovels. They were doing it all the way from Manchuria down to Papua New Guinea, French Indochina.
I knew an Australian man who he fought in World War II, and afterwards he was with an Australian contingent that was handling war crimes in Tokyo, and he saw some of the men who were on trial, and they were on their knees, and they were very stoic. But he's like, you have to look at your feet. Yeah, look at their feet. They were shaking. They were shaking their feet. They knew.
What's crazy is we just had Juneteenth here, and look, I am black. I've never heard of Juneteenth my entire life until Biden made it a holiday, right? And all of a sudden, everyone's like, AJ, you're black. Happy Juneteenth. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's one of those days that like liberal white women, just like Kwanzaa and stuff, like they want to celebrate to try and prove how woke they are, you know?
Of course.
But so what's crazy is, do you guys know who the last group of people in North America to own slaves was?
Black people?
No.
Okay.
The Choctaw, the Cherokee, the Seminole.
Okay.
The Choctaw, the Cherokee, the Seminole, the Creek, and the Cree. They call themselves the 5 civilized tribes. They owned slaves up to a year after the United States freed the last slaves. So a year past the end of the Civil War in Juneteenth, where the last slaves were found in Texas, the native tribes still own slaves, and actually those 5 tribes fought against the North with the South in our Civil War.
Whoa!
I did not. My family, because my great grandmother was half Creek. My family was owned by the Creek Indians.
Wow. Have you sought any reparations?
Was that? I should. There's a guy who pops up on my Facebook feed, and he's always like, "Never forget you're on stolen land." And I have like a copy pasted thing of like, "Never forget you guys own slaves."
Yeah.
And he always deletes my comment. You know what I'm saying?
No kidding.
What's crazy?
It's a hot button top.
Hey man. It's like never forget. Wow. Like on the other side, at the other end of Africa, it was not white men who were selling selling slaves.
I want reparations from Benin in Sierra Leone.
At the end of the day, there's one group amongst all of us there's one group amongst everyone who've always been found to be holding slaves. Humans.
Yeah,
humans.
Yeah.
The 731
Did you
used
see now?
and biological agents.
Now,
Wow.
now that they're saying that
Ouch.
that more whites were taken as more Europeans, were taken as slaves during the Barbary slave trade, during the transatlantic slaves.
Yeah, and I've seen some of the like the illustrations of how those slaves were used as like ship power, and like, dude, oh my god,
crazy,
oh my gosh,
crazy. But it just doesn't make any sense.
Exactly, Jason.
This is how like I don't even want to say Western centric, but Amero-centric the wokey-wokes are when it comes to like hate, like oppression. Did you guys see that that gay cruise that thought that they were gonna dock in Egypt and Turkey?
Oh my gosh!
No, what happened?
Go ahead, yeah.
They didn't let them, did they?
Oh, of course not. But they were like, we can't believe it. So they talk about how intolerant that the United States is. It's such a horrible place. And then you're gonna try and jump the boat to friggin' Egypt?
No.
Are you
the
insane?
most tolerant country in the world?
I mean, as a Jew, I always laugh like, where's for Palestine?
Yeah. Feminists for Palestine. Yeah, please. You know what I mean?
It's like there's it's like if y'all people went to Palestine, y'all end up the same. And most differences between the men and women, I won't go into that, but yeah, they do.
Well, the thing that I don't get
they
about,
throw you off the building.
About the Europeans, about the wokey wokes is France, the French Empire, and the English. What about the Arab colonization, right? They colonized all the way from Morocco all the way to Azerbaijan and even down in sub-Saharan Africa. One of, if not still the largest ongoing colonization that there is. There was thousands of indigenous languages and cultures in Morocco, Libya, Egypt, Syria, Lebanon, Azerbaijan, Chechnya, and they've been eradicated, and now they all speak Arabic, and they're Muslims, and nobody says anything at all.
Yeah,
crazy.
I mean, the only one that does anything about it is China, but
that is awesome.
Seriously.
Did you guys ever see when Andrew Wilson debated that Muslim guy about and he talked
so you screw your sisters. You screw your sister. You're your cousin. Great.
That's one of the worst ass kickings I've ever seen in any debate, because he caught the guy completely with his pants down. And what's crazy is when the checkmate was when they did show that the Christian part of Nigeria compared to the Muslim part of Nigeria, and the health and the IQ and how radically different it is, because one is Muslim and one is Christian.
Huh. And there was a big difference.
Yes, because remember, Christianity outlawed sanguinary marriage back in the 1300s or the 1400s.
Oh, right. Right.
Yes, because they didn't want the families to marry and politically overtake the church, right?
Oh, okay.
So they didn't want one large family to all become priests and all this
sanguine blood.
Blood marriage.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Marriage. So they outlawed that, and then you can see that there was a sharp increase in health and IQ. Gotcha. Whereas you look at places in the Middle East or whatever, in Africa, where they're Muslim, and the average IQ is like 80, 85. It's like, that's Forrest Gump right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? So,
Gorilla's random thoughts. Hello and welcome.
Spider-Man.
Some of us are trying to sleep.
Did you see the new Spider-Man trailer yet?
I haven't. No, I try not to watch trailers usually because they put all the good stuff in them.
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty good. The rest of the Marvel stuff is going to be trash, but
that's what I
mean. It is. You see what's happening in the Amish community with that, because that's it's such a small pool of genetics.
Well, our U.S. government has been working with the Amish because we've been asking them if they could
Yeah.
if we could use their blood, because they just like Iceland, they have such an isolated population that you can help to understand genetics. And we've done that, but then we've helped them do exchange programs between different Amish communities. Say, hey, look, they have this, you have that, bing, bang, boom, and I don't think that's another big thing that I think that the Canadians fall for, just like the Brits. If you talk bad about Islam, you're racist. Islam is not a race.
No,
it's not.
That's right. Gorilla's got the right idea. He hates everyone.
People just irk me, dude. They really, really do. And just how horribly uneducated that people are.
Some of them are.
So
I'm going to read this from Morgan Luck. Sorry. He says, my great-grandfather was a Prussian hussar. Nice. He lost his leg to a Russian machine gun on the Eastern Front in 1915. He was awarded the Iron Cross and worked for the Potsdam police. He died in 1937. Holy crap, Morgan. That's a Prussian hussar. I haven't gotten to say that word on microphone before. That's a fun word to say. I love the hussars.
Yeah.
I mean, my grandfather was from Hungary, and he fought for the Austro-Hungarian Empire in World War I, and he's got an Iron Cross, and unfortunately, it has a distinct geometric shape on there.
Yes.
But
did you guys see there was
thanks, Sashi,
like a news report, because remember, there's native tribes in North America who use that sign also, but not turned.
But it's reversed.
No. It's just not tilted.
Oh,
you know what I mean? It stands up.
Well, it's not tilted, but it goes the other way as well.
What I'm saying is there is this town where like the local native tribes actually have them in their brickwork of their house. And people are like, you have to change that. And the guy's like, the hell I do. Hold on.
Yep. If anyone can afford to be racist, it's me, because I'm Greek, says Greek Ladders. DNSC Larson. Everyone else stand down.
If he's going to be a racist, let him be a nice Greek racist.
Nowadays there's more hoaxes than actual racist events. I've covered at least 30 of them where they're like, they have to make stuff up, or it's staged by their friend or whatever, and it's like, what are you doing?
The whole thing of Bubba Wallace on NASCAR that one time, it's like, seriously, come on. It's like it's a thing with a loop tied at the end. Really? I mean, oh my God.
There was a lady in Philly, and of course she was a B-dub, and she thought she was going to get fired, so she snuck into the office and put a noose on her desk. And of course, the FBI is not playing, so they investigated immediately and found her DNA on and inside.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. I mean, hey, my first job was at delivering pizzas when I was 16, and there was a noose at a little play noose at the wash sink in the back. I'm like, whatever. Everyone's got to hate their job, and everyone's got to do something for it. So,
yeah. Well, I can tell you though, the far left, you're going to talk about anti-Semitism. Go to a friggin' regular United States college now. You guys know who NF is?
Oh God,
Smick Fuentes.
Nick Fuentes.
I don't like to say his name, but do you see how he said I was anti-Semitic before it was cool and everyone else started doing it? Because right now people on the far of each side are anti-Semitic. It's crazy, dude. Like some of the like I'm from like woke Washington State, so even some of my friends in Seattle, like they might as well, they're like almost this short of like denying the event of the 30s. You know what I'm saying? Like they're that close on how much that you should mistrust. It's crazy, all because of the Palestine thing.
Yeah,
it's nuts.
The whole current way the Palestinians have handled their the Israelis win the wars, the Palestinians win the narrative, and their narrative is basically it's so Monty Python. It's like, well, you know, everything was fine before the late 19th century. Then the English defeated the Ottomans, and well, then these uppity Jews came in from Europe, and well, then the genocide started. It was very slow genocide because the thing is, Israel has been able to do that since the end of the 6-Day War in the 60s, ever since they rearmed. And
the United States over 50 didn't get involved until the 60s.
Over 50, so they've been able to do that for over 50 years. So if it's a genocide, it is the most art-hearted genocide in
But
history.
Think of this, Max. They say that there was only like 200 something or like 300,000 Palestinians left after the 6-Day War or whatever. Why is there like over 6 million of them now, or like 8 million? So this is the worst genocide that I've ever seen. If the population has increased by over 10 times, right? Yeah. And what was crazy too is a friend of mine. He's an Iraqi Jew, so he's Mizrahi Jew. Like, where are they supposed to go? They got kicked out of the Middle East, and they got pushed to British Mandate Palestine. Where are they supposed to go?
Well, you know, the thing is, the Palestinians, they aren't exactly the most polite house guests. For example, in 1970, the Hashemite king of Jordan, the Hashemite kingdom, their Hashemite king Hussein said, "You know what? Let me see if I can help my brothers and sisters, the Palestinians," and he invited them in. Well, the Palestinians tried to overthrow the damn Hashemite king, and he promptly expelled them in September, which is known as Black September.
Yeah, that's why Egypt shares a border with Gaza, and so does was it Jordan? And they're like, hell no, they have a wall. And they're like, we don't want to come in.
Then the Palestinians were heavily involved with the Arab Brotherhood, which was involved with Sadat, and then then there used to be a place called Beirut in Lebanon, and it was known as the Paris of the Middle East. And well, then they, I don't want to say that they showed up, and that was that, but they kind of showed up, and then that was that.
Yeah.
So
that has a habit of happening.
So the Palestinians are just
that even in Malaysia they don't accept them either.
No, Sashi says over here in Malaysia we don't accept Palestinians either.
Dude, Malaysian food is so good. I mean, my one friend's wife is from Malaysia, and now she cooks food for the rest of us, and then she'll cook food for herself. Like, because it's so spicy, she's sweating when she eats it.
Nice.
But Malaysian food is good, man. It's so good.
I'd love to go there.
I don't know. I think maybe Netanyahu should look. We are kicking them out. We are kicking them out. You're right. We have this feeling in the heart. We can't help it. They're going to get hurt. It's better they should not be there. We're getting them to a safer place. Okay. Goodbye. Because if you're gonna get this much grief, you might as well take the gravy, right? Take the land. Yeah. Get the people out of there.
Yeah. I just don't understand why people care so much about things that are happening. Okay, it's a privilege is invisible to those who have it. Imagine being so privileged that you can worry about something that's happening thousands of miles away.
Oh yeah. That's just I don't know what word they want to put on it, but it's like they want to be. Freud said that religion was the oceanic feeling. It gave you the ability to be part of something larger, where they want to be. Now you have the information age. You have the ability to know about all these parts of the ocean. You just still want to be part of the best part of that oceanic feeling. So
yeah.
It's like the Palestinians present themselves as victims. They always do. That if you look at every war that was fought since the founding of Israel, since 1948, it has been different parties, aggressor and defender, but it's always been the same. And it's always been some Arab aggressor of a nation or group of nations or group or groups, and they've always gone in and they either were defeated swiftly or they were either defeated or knew they were going to be defeated beforehand, and then they cried out, like, "Oh, look at we're please help, we need peace, 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 peace." And the UN and other people said, "Please, Israel, can you just please, give them a chance."
Yeah, well, I had a stream that was like things that I don't care about anymore that you just can't get me to care about. Guys, I'm sorry, but U.S. foreign policy, I just don't care. I'm a beneficiary of it, so I just don't care. I really look. Sorry. Oh, this one guy in my chat goes, "Hey, so you don't care that our government has killed innocent people?" I was like, okay, so no, I don't care. And go, and you do care. So what does that have to do with you and me getting up and going to work tomorrow?
Yeah,
as you're soaring over me on your wings of righteousness.
Right. It's like, what do you want to do about it? What do you plan to do about it? And how is there a way to fix it? I mean,
Max. Oh, Israel runs the world and the Jews. Let's just grant everything that these knuckleheads say. What can I do about it? What can I do? Look, I can't do anything about it.
If Israel and the Jews are running the world, I certainly am not privy to those club meetings. I would love to be. Seriously, bro. Seriously. Okay. It's like, is the Jews run the banks? It's like, I still, if I don't pay the balance on my credit card, I still got to pay like 27%. It's like, oh my God, you're a Jew. Oh, I am so sorry, sir.
I just don't like the whole conspiracy theorist thing because there's a security guard at my work. He was always talking about the Illuminati. And I said, so you're telling me that there's this secretive organization that does all this stuff and sacrifice children and whatever, but somehow, and they've been doing this for thousands of years, but somehow you found out about them. It's hubris. It's narcissistic hubris.
It is.
I know the truth, man. I know the truth, bro.
Now I know I can believe that some stuff like that happens. Some stuff like that does happen just because people are sick. People are there are people all over the spectrum, and that spectrum includes some sick freaking people. But hey, what can you do? But it's like, it's like Netanyahu controls Trump. It's like, it's like if Netanyahu went to the left, look, you're going to do this and you're going to do this. It's like, did you just tell me what I'm supposed to do? Look. Who's more? If I want to nuke your country, and it's really not that great of a country. You're surrounded by asshole countries. It's like, it's I don't know. It's I guess the Dunning-Kruger effect is very real, and people reach the crux of that curve faster than they ever have in this age. So
I just don't care. Also, too, about like people. Okay, guys. I'm sorry, but Sudan is a crappy country. I'll say that. I don't care. Don't you care about people's perception of when it? No, I don't care. I don't care. Sudan sucks. Lesotho sucks. All these places, they just suck.
I mean,
they're horrible.
I occasionally watch Asmongold's clips, and he's like, he was watching this 4K clip of a train, and I was like, oh my god, this is a asshole nation that they're next to the tracks. Oh my god, what? See this, ladies and gentlemen, this is an asshole. This is why they call this an asshole country, and we're just greatest in the world. But it's like, it's like you live like that. You live like and yes. What can I say?
Old man Bird has a good. Just stop deleting Israelis and they will chill. It's not rocket science.
Right. Yeah, there is a fundamental irreconcilable difference between the Arabs and the Israelis. Is that as Jews, we have a belief in life, and that life is more important than anything. And the one of the spiritual teachings of Judaism is that something called tikkun olam, to fix the world. That if you just save one life, it's as if you saved the world. And I don't want to say that Islamism of Arabs is the exact opposite, but it's almost the exact opposite. It is the fetishization of death. Everything is, it's like they, for example, I know some lawyers who do work, they're Israeli lawyers, they're just normal everyday workplace personal injury lawyers, but as part of their military service, they do moral and they do like ethical compliance checks. It's like the soldiers, they call in for the operations and they have to get a clearance. It's like, and the way he described it was, you can see there's a 50-year-old at the table. He's a general. There's a 240. There's a 40-year-old. He's a colonel. A 40-year-old. There's a 30-year-old. He's a major. It's a 20-year-old girl also at the table. She's a law student. And they all say, "Oh, this is okay, it's okay." And she says, "No, you cannot do this. This is why, because there is these people that are too close, and to make sure, that keeping people out of danger and risk management and such. And whereas they have like phone alerts. The Israeli government has phone alerts on for like the Gaza Strip, like when there's going to be a military operation." Oh. And they're calling this one guy in this building who's keeping these people in this building. It's like, "Can you get these people out of this building?" It's like, no. These people are staying in this building. It's like, look, we need to get into that building. It's like, I know. It's like, if we blow up that building, those people are going to die. It's like, yes, I know. I want them to die. They'll be martyrs. That's,
I just still don't get like what people don't. Okay, people who have a problem with the whole problem over there. Where are the Mizrahi Jews supposed to go?
Yeah.
Until someone can answer that question.
Yeah.
Right? People say, does the country have a right to exist? Well, you had hundreds of thousands of Middle Eastern Jews who've lived there for thousands of years, who've been there forever, and they were kicked out of their homes, out of Iraq, Iran, Syria, Lebanon.
We have 109 countries that Jews have been kicked out of.
Yeah, and they're 80% of the country, where they can't go back to their ancestral lands. Where are they supposed to go? Nobody has an answer, and until they answer that, look. I'm just saying, and also too, you guys remember there's an old Chinese saying, "Do not ask for what you can't take."
Yeah.
Don't ask for what you can't take. You know what I mean? And look, it's not right, it's not wrong. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
Sorry,
it's like I said, the Arab side presents a very well packaged.
Max. Okay, if I could
go ahead.
They're not even really Arabs, anyways. Though, think about it. All the Arabs come from the Arabian Peninsula.
Okay,
Syrians, Palestinians. They're not ethnically Arabs.
Yeah, I might be using.
No, I'm not saying you are. What I'm saying, I'm not saying you are. What I'm saying is that the Palestinians, all of them, have been fooled into thinking that they're Arabs, and they're not. That's the craziest part. That someone told me once that kind of blew my entire mind. Is like, why do Palestinians, even Sudanese in Africa, think that they're Arabs? They are not Arabs. They're ethnically something else.
Yeah.
But they're flim-flammed by the people that they were colonized by into thinking that they're the same. That's all that I was trying to say.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's there are so many more tribes. There's so many more different tribes and clans than people ever realize. That's I'm very not
to go on a tangent here, but have either. Sorry, AJ.
I'm out of here, man.
Okay.
Right. Easy. Thanks
AJ.
Yeah, AJ.
Thanks for being here, buddy. Do you know what this? Do you know what? Have you heard anything about this? Because this rings a bell.
Well,
Morgan Locke says a mailman once told me about the battle over the moon back in 1977 that involved lizards and grays. I've heard about that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. There was a guy on Rogan who he, like, one of his investigations is going over disappearances in American national parks, because there's been dozens, if not hundreds, of them. And they're just off the record. And then
holy shit,
he was talking about like a group of people who were contracted gardeners who were planting pine trees, and one night they saw a flying disc, and it came down on one elk, and the elk just stood there and disappeared, and they were just, oh, fuck, I'm out of here. Like, so, I don't.
Speaking of space, do you mind reading Sashi's comment?
Yes. Random fact: Voyager 1 will be one light day away from Earth in November. 16.1 billion miles.
Billion miles.
Yeah.
Wow. And what's propelling it?
Well, it's momentum.
Okay.
Momentum. It's.
Right.
I mean, it never
gravitation.
had. Yeah. It was basically just set on course, and like it had a plutonium disk on there, and you get a certain amount of heat from that, and they've been you can run instruments on that for a while, and gosh, they've been just switching stuff on and off for a long time.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And now it's an interstitial space out of the mining planets.
Nighty night, AJ says Old Man Bird. And Old Man Bird says that it's 5 times the distance to Pluto. Wow. Holy crap. And Old Man Bird says, I thought that Don't Mess with the Zohan was going to usher in a new era of peace.
Yeah.
That or Borat. Yeah, you'd think so.
No, we hoped. We hoped. Everybody. Do you ever see Zohan? Don't Mess with the Zohan?
Oh my God. Yeah, I have. Yes. Sorry.
Everybody's running to Phantom. So
I have seen. But I'm sure because I'm not Jewish, I didn't get all of the jokes. I know there were inside jokes.
Yeah. I think, it's like if you're Jewish era, I mean, if you're Jewish or Arab or from the era, then you got more of the jokes.
Yeah, I guarantee you.
But I think he did it well enough to the point it's like, oh, they're just like if you're just an American from like Iowa, it's like, oh, they're just being goofy.
That's what I thought as a Canadian. That's what I would have thought. Do you mind reading Sashi's hilarious comment?
Voyager 2 has a copper disc with our male-female image on it, complete with genitalia. We sent dick pics into space. Well, yeah, we
did.
We sent our kind of, but anyway,
we did, Sashi.
Yeah,
we sent dick pics into space. Yeah.
But it's not like the interesting thing. One of the interesting things about Mars is that it's unless we develop some really, really tougher lightweight alloys, and or like a power shielding, we are not going to that's going to be, for a lot of people, it's going to be a one-way thing, because if you're in space that long, you are not only losing bone density, but you're also losing cardiac capacity.
Oh,
because of the gravity differences.
Right, of course. Old Man Bird says, speaking of Voyager 1, it got a gravity boost from Jupiter, and now it's coasting. But although the sun is pulling on it, I think it's going faster than the 57,000 solar system escape velocity.
Yeah. So the
wow.
The red spot the red spot on the red spot, that's that big storm on Venus, on the gas giant that is Venus. It's been getting smaller.
Oh, okay.
Like since the 1800s, it's been getting smaller. So
right. Sylvia, hello there, says Jason Love. Sashi says interstellar dick pics. Yes.
Yep.
Sylvia, you lovely artist, says I'm still here, just not chatting much. Sorry. No, that's no problem at all. I did hear you when you're on Fet's stream, and that was fun. And we'll have to do a stream here
And another thing about another thing to consider about Mars is that we don't know how long it's been since there's been water on the surface of Mars, and if you go like sand like along the beach, that's think about how jagged that would be if it was never touched by water.
Well, yeah, of course.
That is like the iron base. That is how jagged. The that is how jagged the iron based material on Mars is, and it's going to stick to everything. It's going to get into stuff. It's going to screw up equipment. It's it's going to be that's going to be a hell of a time.
Jagged. Apparently, concrete can't use desert sand because it doesn't bond correctly. So there are some nations that are stealing beach sand from other nations to use in their concrete because you need rounded sand for concrete, and beach sand is the only sand you can use. Apparently, desert sand doesn't work.
Well, because it sounds right because the water sands smooths the surface of the
of course it does
of the sand grains. So
Matt Damon. Is that a
Matt
South
Damon.
Park? That's a South Park.
I'm so runny. I'm so runny.
Yeah, he did grow potatoes on Mars. I like that movie. What was
The
that
Martian?
movie? Martian. Yeah,
The Martian. The Mars movie, the one on Mars.
Hey, moon, says Jason Love. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was okay.
I have not seen it yet. Maybe I should just like watch The Martian Interstellar one day.
Oh well, shit. Sorry, this was a spoiler. Then Sashi.
No, I saw.
That's how he survived. Like, he escapes using
who's the
alcohol fuel.
Who's the greatest farmer on Mars?
Matt Damon.
Who's the greatest farmer on Mars? I'll give you a clue. It's not my brother Bobby.
Oh jeez, old man bird. Oh dear God,
yeah.
I hate sand. It's of course it gets everywhere. Quoting Anakin Skywalker. Not smooth, like your back, Natalie Portman. I don't think he said that part.
Yeah, well,
he should have.
Might as well have. Maybe that would have kept him in the high ground.
Sashi, do you mind reading what our friend Sashi has to say, please?
The Martian was a book by the same guy that did Project Hail Mary. Oh, yes. I don't know who that guy is right now, but I'm just...
Was that a football movie?
What? No, that was a space movie on... It was a space movie, and then hold on, let me look it up.
I thought it would have been about football.
You hope it'd be about football.
I don't know much about football.
Who won the World Cup?
I know
today.
I have no idea.
Wow.
Dad was asking me about it when he called, and I said, Dad, I'm sorry, I don't watch sports. I play sports, but I don't watch
Let's see.
And I used to watch hockey, but then the players' strike just put me off of.
Spain must see today. Let's see today.
Holding her back, indeed, Morgan Luck.
I don't know. All right. I mean, I Spain. It stars Ryan Gosling.
Spain, eh?
Ryan Gosling. An American middle school teacher, former molecular biologist, wakes up from an induced coma on the interstellar spacecraft Hail Mary.
No kidding. Oh, Project Hail Mary was a mission to save the sun, says Sashi. It was pretty good. Well, alrighty then.
Yeah.
I'll have to give it a watch.
Absorb electromagnetic radiation from the sun and expel it for propulsion.
See, yes, that's a great idea. That is a good idea.
I did.
Long shot, hence the name Hail Mary. Okay, like the Hail Mary play in football that I'm not aware of. Hey, anti-derivative Jill, were your ears burning? We were talking about you earlier. Do you think she wears the Vulcan ears sometimes just around the house? I bet you she does. I would.
I don't want to say what's up. It's like I'm not going to share my lewd thought. Not that I have lewd thoughts about anti-derivative gel, but you asked me, I got questions like,
Well, you just have a thing for Vulcan.
Let me tell you something. I know this. I
have a thing for Vulcans too.
I know this girl who works at this club, and I don't know what her name is or her stage name, but to me, I call her Taboner.
So glad to see you here, anti-derivative Joe. We were just saying that Rodd was maybe gonna show up, and maybe anti-derivative Joe was gonna show up, but I think Rodd probably would have fallen asleep because he gets up early, and it was 10 o'clock really before we got going, so 9:30, 9:40. He might have fallen asleep. I can't get up as early as he does. No way. Sashi says, I would prefer Klingon prosthetics with how I look. Old Man Berg says hello. Citizen 333 still in the chat says hello, anti-derivative Jill. Good to see y'all.
Yes. Have you watching the China show last 2 weeks?
No, I'm not.
Well, dude,
he does get up early on. Yes, Joe.
China is just they're just dealing with the worst flooding ever.
Don't be ashamed. I've got a thing for vampire teeth, says Morgan Luck. Oh, you know what? I did catch about 15 minutes of the China show this Friday because it's every Friday, right?
Yeah,
every Friday afternoon.
But
I did catch 15 minutes, and I saw everything was flooding, and it just wasn't one part of China. It was all over China is flooding because they don't know how to. Well, the China show, the gentlemen were saying they don't know how to deal with drainage.
Yeah, they don't. It's like I mean, you have to have a little. You have to have you have to have construction companies that have a motive, like a scintilla of responsibility and integrity.
Well,
do
there
that,
you go. Yeah, and there has to be consequences.
Yeah, so but I think what happened was well, I don't know what I think happened is it's possible that they just they opened every freaking dam in the country to keep it away from Shanghai and Beijing.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
To sacrifice the other. Yeah, because some of the villagers were saying like they just opened the dams and it could have, had they not opened the dams, it wouldn't have flooded as badly, but they did.
Yeah.
Has anyone seen The Furious? Says Sashi.
You know, it's
based in Southeast Asia. I have not seen The Furious. Have you, Max?
No. Let's see. Let me just.
I've seen Furious about the. I think that was a Scandinavian dude that just mowed through Germans in World War II. That was a good. Sounds familiar, says Morgan Luck.
Directed by Kenji Takigaki.
Ooh.
Flights criminals to.
It's a martial arts movie. The Fierce just came out. Ooh, I want to see it then, Sashi. I love martial arts. Is Bruce Lee in it?
No, it's 2005.
Oh. Right. No, I have not seen it, but I would like to see it. I like martial arts movies. I was thinking, I don't know. I'm in a new place. It's a small town. I might get into martial arts while I'm here. You mean Sisu CSM? What's
Sisu?
Sisu? No. Well, maybe that's what it was called where you are, but no, Furious was the title of the movie here, and I think he was.
Okay.
It was a good movie too. Anything with Furious in the title.
Yeah. Maybe it's the same. Maybe it's a similar story.
It says Morgan Luck.
It's yeah.
I would like to see it. Yeah, martial art. There might be a martial arts club around here to join just to keep in good shape, If you were going to study a martial art, Max, is there a thing? Is there a such thing as Jiu Fu? That's not a real thing, is it?
No.
What would you study then?
What do you mean? If like if I was Israeli, and if I was saying if I was Israeli and I wanted to study Israeli martial art,
any martial art, any of them.
I think I would start. I think judo.
Judo, that's a good one with the throwing and the hip throws. Mm-hmm. John Wick, if you watch John Wick, he uses a lot of judo. I don't know if I'm big enough to use judo. I mean, I've got a low center of gravity. Well, you can, right?
Yeah. I mean, you get paired with someone the same size. It's like God, oh man, it's like you ever watch these videos of Steven Seagal. Steven Seagal in the 80s. Yeah. And I mean, it's he proclaims that he's practicing this type of karate, this type of martial art that's like it's meant to attack samurai warriors who have a sword, but it's like man, Steven Seagal has never not been full of it, so it's this demonstration where he's like throwing his students. Yeah, I mean the whole reason this like entry into movies was there's before Bob Iger there was a guy named Michael Eisner, and before that there was a guy named Mike Ovitz. You know, he was like a mega agent. So he basically was there for a month and then he left. They gave him a $50 million like exit package. But it's like Mike Ovitz saw this demonstration that Steven Seagal is like, yeah, interesting. Okay, let's see what we can do with that.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, I believe that. And Ong Bak, the Thai martial arts movie starring Tony Jaa is impressive. Old Man Bird. I just saw it again last month. Tony Jaa, you hear Michael Jai White go on, like he will credit, and a lot of the big name martial artists, when they talk about Tony Jaa, the star of Ong Bak, they say like no one moves like he does. Like even Jackie Chan doesn't move like this guy does. He's incredible.
Okay.
Watch Ong Bak if you haven't seen it. It's a legendary martial arts movie. The Fear is a mix of Southeast Asian martial arts. It has guys from that movie, The Raid. I've not seen The Raid. Have you?
No. Nope.
No. Tofu. Yeah. Just using your toe. Do you do yoga or Tai Chi? I do not do either of those things, Old Man Bird. I'm more of a full contact kind of
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
Yes. Hail all says, yelling into the wind. Hello and welcome to you. Oh, and Jill says, do you mind reading what Jill says? Max?
Not surprisingly, I like kung fu.
Thank
you. Can you describe a bit? It's like, well, every time you get into a fight, you have to rip your clothing. It's quite simple.
Yeah, it happens. Hail, yelling into the wind, says Jill. Sashi says, The Furious also has a guy that fought with Keanu in John Wick 3 before he fought Mark
Descassos. You know what? And another thing is, Steven Seagal was, you know, he was such a SOB for, he always, he treated stunt doubles like crap. Like he actually,
I heard that.
You know, that's like when you have stunt doubles, you know, these are not people you like, you know, beat to crap and, you know, they can just take it. It's like, these are people who are trained in stage combat and being able to roll and fight and make it look real. You know,
it's not like your sparring partner.
And yeah, exactly. And Steven Seagal was just like doing it with, you know, was like, that's exactly how he was treating them. Like, you know,
I've heard that.
So like, do you ever see the Saturday Night Live that he was, you know, he hosted Saturday Night Live, and if you ask, you pretty much ask anyone who was the worst host of Saturday Night Live, they will always say, like, pretty much always say Steven Seagal.
Years ago, wow!
Because he was always throwing out these ideas. He had no sense of humor, and basically the last sketch before, you know, the outro was him going into a boardroom and it was all stuntmen, and he just like basically beat the shit out of them and throw them outside. And he's like, "This is what happens when you screw with the environment." I'm like, what? because he was about to do what was it not Under Siege 2, but it was
no,
it was the
environmental one, with the native dude, the old guy, John Patrick or something. Pat John.
Let's see.
What was that called? Dangerous something. On Dangerous Ground.
Yes.
On Dangerous Ground. That's what it was called.
Yeah.
I remember that. See? Brain power. On Dangerous Ground. Which, that wasn't it wasn't horrible, but it was a little preachy. It was preachy.
Well, yeah. On Deadly Ground. Yeah. 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 But yeah, it's like,
ooh.
I mean, I guess it was I love Michael Caine in that.
Right.
It's like he was actually just, he's the one you can actually respect. It's like he was actually just trying to be the heel,
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, he was it remember the scene where he's shooting the commercial and he's like, we care, Aegis cares, and we care. It's like, break cut. It's like, oh my god, this thing is disgusting, get it away from me. It's like he's talking to and the filmmaker. I think it's like, guy, I think it's like, I think that's Erwin, he's from Star Wars, Erwin Kershner or something. You know what I'm saying? But he's like, that's him, like the filmmaker for the commercial.
That's funny. Okay, Sashi says.
But yeah,
Sisu.
I mean, hell.
Sisu is a state of mind for some people from Finland, CSM. The legendary sniper, Simo Heiha, is said to embody that state of mind. There was a movie called Sisu. I think I've seen that movie. Is that where the German soldiers stole his gold? And then he rained down hell upon them and killed them all. Yeah. And he continued to do so. Yes, I've seen that movie.
In 1944, during the Lapland War, Anatomy Korpi searches for gold with his horse and a dog in the wilderness of Lapland in the gold rush. He uncovers a rich deposit of large quantity gold nuggets and travels towards wherever. Along the way, Anatomy encounters a large Waffen SS group. Yeah. Wow.
Yep. The Germans that stole his gold is the one. Yep. I saw that movie, Sashi. That was an awesome, fantastic movie. Sisu is said to happen when someone is mired in hardship and becomes impervious to anything. I understand that state. Yep. 100%.
Yeah, man. This is
didn't know the name of it.
Wow. This is wow. Like wow. Ooh. Ow, wow. I'm just reading the synopsis of the film. It's like, damn, this is
it's a good one.
This is chunky, man. Wow.
Morgan Luck says, I remember the one where he was the cook on a ship, not just on any ship.
Yeah,
it was
the Missouri,
the Mighty Mo.
I mean, I'll tell you this.
Missouri battleship.
I'll tell you this. That was not just you can see
one on the train.
The thing is, he had done 4 movies prior to that. It's like was it Marked for Death, Hard to Kill.
Yep.
Marked for Death, Hard to Kill, Above the Law, and Out for Justice. Right, and he was definitely on his way up. So this was like his it was Under Siege was his break into the big time. And here's the thing. You can see it is the top of his career. You can see the very apex of his career where he begins to lose altitude and go down to earth. And that's like, right before he goes, not at the Tommy Lee Jones fight, You know where he like right before he fights the guy, he fights his like the assistant guy, and he tears out his throat.
Yep.
Right where he goes, right where he picks him off the ground, he goes.
Yep.
That is that there on the capture on film is the highest point of Steven Seagal's career.
You're right.
Right on film. And it will never be better than right there. Right then, right there. Yes.
Yeah. Sir. That was the film where he had a girl in a cage.
Erica Eleniak.
Yeah. And wasn't she like I think she has a PhD in chemistry.
I don't know. You might be getting her confused with Dolph Lundgren, but let's see.
Oh, well, no, he also has one. Jason Love says some have also come to also call that state of mind Sisu Bankai. Morgan says I try to play guitar and I play bass too. Ooh, bass is awesome. Nice Bleach reference, Jason Love.
Welcome
back from Jill Cation.
About doesn't say anything about a PhD here, brah.
No, okay, maybe not.
Yeah.
Sashi is considering how close Core 4 is. I don't know what Core 4 is.
Is he saying Core 4 or Corfu?
Corfu? Ooh, I've not been to Corfu. Hey, Max, and I reviewed that movie. Indeed.
Yeah, we did.
No, that was during Battleship Month, wasn't it?
Yeah, yep.
I love Battleship Month. Yeah. That was awesome. Is it Battleship Month again soon, Jill? I think it's Battleship Month coming up soon.
Which month is Battleship Month?
I don't know. It should be every friggin' month.
Mm-hmm.
Time to call it a night here. Be well, says Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective. Oh shit. Yeah, I've been streaming for 2 hours. It is 11:30. You know what?
Right.
Yeah, I'm getting a little pooped myself. Coor season 4, 4,000 year blood war. Says Jason Love.
4,000 year blood war. Ooh.
You should watch the raid CSM. It's Indonesian. Well, I don't speak Indonesian. I went to an Indonesian restaurant in Amsterdam and had the rice. The English translation was rice table meal. And it's where they bring you like 27 different courses, but they're all like little samples of different dishes, but like 20 different sharing size platters. And it was awesome. Yeah. That was Indonesian. It was a thing in Amsterdam around the late 90s.
Okay.
I don't know why. It has subtitles. Okay, good. I'll need those. Indonesian is one of the languages I don't speak.
Good night, Joe, you know what's interesting is there's one of the films. It's not a Netflix film, but Netflix bought it and distributes it. It's called The Wolf. I think it's called The Wolf. Or anyway, it's about a French submariner, and he's a sonar officer.
Oh, okay.
And one day he's on a submarine and he hears this weird sound. He's never heard it before. It's like the actual, because on subs they have sonar shacks and people just listen to microphones that are on the outside of the hull. And
right.
So that's how ships can find each other under the water, and he hears this one noise, and he goes nuts. He's trying to find it. He almost tries to break into the like the security archives because someone else has heard it, and and he wants to. The point is it's a French movie. And then it's like
against them.
It's a French movie, but it's like, oh, how do you want to watch this? Like, do you want English subtitle? Do you want like a French language, French speech, and English subtitles? It's like, yes. I'm like, because if like I watched it with English with the voiceovers for a minute. I'm like, wow. There's like, this is an edgy movie, and you need every fucking edge. And it's like, you lose so many edges with the voiceover, you know?
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I can do subtitles. That's fine.
Yeah.
Jill says if I have a Battleship month this year, it should be August. I agree.
Yeah.
Old Man
But
Bird
it's like,
says.
yeah.
Oh, do you mind
Oh,
reading
go ahead.
what Old Man Bird said?
Oh, my daughter kept saying it was Shark Week. I thought that was once a year, not once a month. Oh, wait.
Oh dear.
Mm-mm.
That's a different week, Old Man Bird, says Sashi.
But
Submarines
what's
have
it?
machines that go bing. Yes, Jason Love, they do, and we love them for it. Malaysia had
I just keep
unsinkable
on.
submarines.
I had
Wow.
I
Islands.
had what's it gonna? It's like I keep watching Hunt for October. And it's like it's like you keep watching it and like you realize it's like the amount of actual Russians the amount of actual Russian sounding people on that boat keeps on going down. It's like it's like remember when it's like they got sabotaged. They're in the undersea canyon, and it's like and the torpedo, and then there's the plane underneath, and then launches the torpedo, and it's like launch countermeasures, and the guy says launch countermeasures ICER. It's like did Randy just think for a second? It's like that guy sounds like he's from Connecticut. Now we're in a situation. We're gonna deal with that later, but you know, damn. You don't sound Russian at all.
It's hard to get Russian, I would think.
Yeah. But
that's
damn. R.A.P. Sam Neill, of course.
Yeah, of course.
You know.
Oh my goodness.
I would have liked to have seen Montana.
Malaysia has unsinkable submarines that we bought from the French for a while. And Sashi says, yep, they couldn't sink at all, which is their one job. So no, it's not cool, Jason. He means like unsinkable as in they didn't sink, which is their one job. That's funny. Good night, everyone. Yeah, it's been 2 hours and I'm getting pooped on a Sunday night. But Max, thanks for the lively conversation. We covered all kinds of topics, none of which were in the title of the show, but that's okay. When Rodd Thunderheart shows up, we will talk about those things. But it was awesome. Unsinkable subs, hey? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I can see where that could be a problem.
Yeah. Well, we have, on the Pacific coast, we have 2 submarines that we bought from Britain. One of them caught fire on the way over here. We had it in repairs for 2 years. It went out on sea trials, caught fire again. They brought it back, and then they went out a third time. They had to fix something in its back. So it's been in dry dock most of its life.
Oi.
So that's, yeah.
Oy vey.
Yeah, we need more submarines. Yeah, especially for the Arctic. Submersible that couldn't submerge. Yeah, that's no bueno. That is hilarious and bad. I like it, says Jason Love. Old Man Bird says, buenas nachos, Canadian Spider-Man. We hope you enjoy your sleep and your new apartment. I do, Old Man Bird. There's no stress other than like financial, but other than that, I have a roof over my head, and I'll get a job tomorrow, I'm sure. Never mind a fire truck on fire. I do it all the time in GTA S5 or GTA 5.
Grand Theft Auto.
Sounds funny. Live long and prosper. Yes. Yeah. I'm familiar with Grand Theft Auto. I've never played it. Never played it because I think I'd get too addictive, and I don't.
There's I mean, there was GTA 4 and GTA before GTA. Yeah, before GTA 5 was GTA 4 and 5. I've never played because I've just gotten so. I have GTA Vice City and GTA San Andreas on so many damn platforms. Nice. I don't play them all the time, but sometimes I just will play them for hours and hours and hours.
Sashi says we have bigger armed forces here than Canada. I'm sure, absolutely, no question you do.
Well, you kind of need them.
No question. And actually, the New York City police force is bigger than the Canadian military. As serving members, people that can actually go.
Well, that's yeah. I mean,
all right. See you guys. Canadian Spider-Man, you'd be a menace. It's a lot of fun, says Jason Love. Sounds good. All right. Take care, everyone. Thanks for being here. And thanks, Max. Thanks for joining me.
You're welcome.